All right, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you, and happy Wednesday. So we're halfway through the week. Boy, the MLB is super duper fun. Yay, love August. Anyway, first things first, as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's free. Appreciate everybody that does. Give the video a thumbs up, and I don't know, let's get some comments. Damn. Can we comment a number? Anything. Just whatever you want. There's no wrong answers. Anything. Whatever you want. Anywho, so obviously, I don't know if you watched the video yesterday, but I'm going to break it down. So in case you don't want to hear me talk about every game, you could just look down below and click to the game that you want to click to or whatever. So I will try to do that. So the videos might come out a little later. It just takes time to do that. So appreciate your patience while we do that. Let's get into the recap. Another shit show. August is awesome. All right, Dodgers score 2 in the first 3 innings. I'm like, this should be pretty sweat-free. It's Cole Irvin. They'll do something. No, not a single run the rest of the game. Sweet, lost 3-2. Toronto, Boston hooked us at 9. They had 7 through like 6 innings. 7 through 5, something like that. That was feeling pretty sweat-free as well. Oh no. Royals money line. That came through for us. It just didn't make sense. So at least we got something there. And then Gilbert under 7.5 Ks. Dude ended at 9. It was like the same 4 people on the Rays just kept striking out. Put the damn ball in play. That was frustrating. Stupid frustrating. Parlays, we went 1 for 2. The Yankees, dude, are you kidding me? We lost that one because of the Yankees. Yankees got beat 4-2, something like that. They tried to make a comeback, 4-3. I don't know. They made a comeback in the 8th and the 9th. Wasn't enough. Padres got the job done. Cubs got the job done. Dodgers lost. Like, dude, 2 teams that shouldn't have lost. We should have hit the first 9 games. Twins ended up blowing it in extra innings, made a hell of a comeback. All the momentum was on their side. Had their closer in for the top of the 10th, and he just absolutely shit the bed. Reds ended up losing. D-backs got smoked, although I didn't know Fat was going to be pitching, so that would have changed things. Big difference between those 2 guys pitching. So lefty and a righty split. Big difference there. All right, Rangers got canceled or postponed, and then the Rockies blew a 4-run lead in the top of the 9th inning. So, attaboy. Anywho, 1-1 on Nerfies. Yeah, there's that. So down a little over a unit. It's fine. We can. I forgot to click on the tracking. Let's see all the bad days. So August is just continuing to kick our ass. But you know what? We get right back on the horse today. It's a tough slate. It's a really tight little slate. Hot batter matchups. Nothing crazy that stands out. A couple guys have hit good against Bello, Musgrove. Couple guys that have hit good against Chris Flexen. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. Although, I didn't have that on the card, so that's the 15th game. Oh well. Well, you can probably just pick Texas. How about that? I don't even know who's pitching, but Texas is probably a pretty good bet. First game on the card. Cubs at the Pirates. It is Paul Skeens' day going up against Kyle Hendricks. Cubbies are just smashing the baseball, man. I like the over in this game. I know that's probably not going to be overly popular with Mr. Skeens on the hill, but I do like the over with the wind blowing out. Just the way the Cubs are hitting right-handed pitchers, they're just smashing them. That said, it's getaway day, and we saw what happened last getaway day. The Marlins smoked them, so something to keep in mind. And we've got a worse pitcher on the mound in Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks has a 7.16 away ERA. Yeah, it's not good. Skeens 2.52 home ERA. If we look at Skeens, it's kind of just like he's going to give up 2 runs. That's pretty much just been how it's gone. He's given up 8 in his last 4 against the Reds, the Mariners, the Diamondbacks, and the Cards. We look at Hendricks. Not good. He's given up 12 earned runs in his last 3 away starts. So why am I on the Cubs? A, because there's value at plus 142. This Pirates bullpen definitely does not scare me. They are horrendous, and they will give up runs. So my thought is, if the Cubs can keep it, let's say 4-2, 3-2. Let's say they're down, and they're down by 2 in the last, let's say, 3 innings, 7th, 8th, and 9th. I still don't think they're out of it. I do think that the Pirates will give up some runs. That said, because they've been getting smacked around, their bullpen's in really good shape. So they still have Chapman. I'm not worried about Bednar in the least. He pretty much gives up a run every time he pitches, but Chapman, a little scary. But that said, just the Cubbies are smacking righties all around the yard. If we look at Skeens, he has faced the Cubs in 2 games in May, gave up 3 earned runs in 10 innings. The 3 he gave up were actually at home. He didn't give up any in Chicago. So if we look at Hendricks, he has given up 8 earned runs in his 2 games versus the Pirates, and 7 of them were at Pittsburgh. So everything here skews in Pittsburgh's favor. It just does. Like, it's the smart play. Am I willing to pay minus 170 for a Pirates team that frankly sucks? No. I'd rather go with the hot hand, go with the Cubs, and take my chances there. Do I bet this game? I don't know. Maybe, but I would lean Cubs there. All right, next game, Royals Guardians. I mean, rinse and repeat to me. This line's actually gone up. Royals are plus 130, exact same thing as yesterday. Waka going up against Bybee. It's not like he's outstanding at home. He's got a 4.2 home ERA. I forgot to do Waka's away, but it's not been bad. If we look at Bybee, he's faced Kansas City already 2 times this year. He's given up 2 earned runs in each game. He's given up 8 earned runs in his last 4 starts, so he's averaging 2 earned runs. This Royals team is hot, and you give him a right-handed pitcher, man, pitch splits, you can see they look terrible for Bybee. If we look at Waka, he faced Cleveland earlier this year on June 27th. Pretty solid outing. He went 5 1/3, 7 hits, 1 earned run. A little heavy on the hits, but over his career, he's got a 1.17 career ERA versus Cleveland. So he's got sustained success. I think that's over like 7 games. So a decent amount. If we look at Waka, very similar to Lorenzen, who I thought we were going to get screwed in that game because Lorenzen went out in the 2nd inning. Then we had a very lengthy rain delay. But anywho, very similar to Lorenzen in Waka's, recent history. He's been trending in a great direction. He's only given up 8 earned runs in his last 5 games. That said, aside from the Phillies and maybe the Cards, he's had 3 games where it's okay. I mean, Waka, he's serviceable, and we really just haven't seen Cleveland hit anything. We haven't seen them hit righties. We haven't seen them hit lefties. They are next to last, 29th over the last 2 weeks against righties, hitting 195. Even worse over the last 7 days, hitting 180. We look at runners in scoring position. It's where I get a little bit nervous. Kansas City has been really just doing it with the long ball. They haven't been able to really get the timely hits, so that's a little concerning. But really good pitch split here today. Bybee doesn't necessarily scare me. Cleveland's bullpen is definitely scary. That does concern me. And Kansas City's bullpen can be a little bit shaky at times. So I thought about taking first 5, but I just think full game's the way to go. So yeah, give me Kansas City in this one. Another thing, we look at Waka's hard hit percentage. It's one of the best in baseball. Only 32% hard hit percentage, 87 exit velo. That said, Bybee's done well in addition, right? 38% hard hit, 88 exit velo. Only thing that concerns me is, like we talked about, Kansas City's kind of got it done with the long ball. The wind is going to be blowing in today. I think we see that reflected in the line at 7.5. So I'm sticking to my guns, man. Give me Kansas City. All right, next game, Astros at the Phillies. We've been on the Phillies the last 2 games. Last night was very sweat-free. It was like 5-0. So beautiful spot. Today, Taijuan Walker going up against Spencer Arrighetti. Walker is not good. 5.73 home ERA. He's had 3 games back since returning from like a finger blister inflammation, some crap. He's given up 12 earned runs, so he's averaging 4 earned runs a start. That was against the Royals, the Nats, and the Marlins. So 2 of those teams not good. Pick I like in this. I like the Astros. Phillies bullpen's just not nearly as good. We look at Taijuan Walker. He is horrendous. The only thing is, Arrighetti's a wild card. I could definitely see him getting smacked around a little bit. That said, his last 4 games, he's only given up 7 earned runs. So done pretty well in that regard. So I like the Astros to avoid the sweeparoo here. All right, Rays Mariners. Luis Castillo going up against Drew Rasmussen. Rasmussen's going to go probably 2 innings if I had to guess, and then they'll turn it over. So essentially a bullpen game. That said, he's been super solid. Hasn't allowed an earned run over his last, I want to say, 6-7 outings, something like that. And we know this Mariners team just can't hit. And they kind of right back to not being able to hit. Lost 3-2 last night. I really wish, and I looked at this and I didn't take it. Tampa Bay team total was 2.5. Kicking myself. It was minus 130. Same team total today, but it's minus 140. So a little more juice, but I love this line. Castillo hasn't been crushing it at home. He's given up 9 earned runs over his last 3 home starts to the Giants, the Mets, and the Tigers. So I think there's a path here. Tampa Bay is hitting. Right, we look over the past week against righties, 370. They got to several of the Dodgers starters. So could I see them coming out today hot and maybe scoring a couple? Absolutely. So I think just like last night, there was value at taking them plus 130. I mean, now I'm getting more value against a worse pitcher. Luis Castillo is nowhere near the same pitcher. So absolutely. Give me the Rays at plus 145. All right, Athletics and the Reds. This line. I looked at this game for so long. It just doesn't make sense to me. Vito has been ridiculously good. This guy's given up 2 or more earned runs in 4 of 13 starts. So that means in the other 9 starts, he gave up 1 or 0 earned runs. His earned run line today is 2.5. Do we really think the Reds is that team that's just going to come out and just start shitting on baseballs? I don't know, man. I mean, the wind is blowing out. It's going to be a little cooler than yesterday, but we didn't see the Reds do anything until the 8th inning. Maybe the 9th, right? 8th and 9th inning, they came out a little bit. The only thing that works against Beto is he throws primarily, 50% or more fastballs. That's kind of been our hook for taking the Reds, but this is a Reds bullpen game. Bullpen's showing a lot of regression over the past month. They're a little taxed. Yeah, I mean, we look at the Nerfy. I really love the Nerfy for Beto here. It's plus 115, and that I just don't feel like they think that the Reds are going to score, but I don't know. I got to go A's here, minus 115. This line's probably actually going to trend towards the Reds, and I like the under. I was on the under last night. It hit. Better pitching today, so I like the under in this one as well. I just don't see Beto getting shelled. That said, I think the books think he does. I really do think, based on the lines, it's really a Reds game. I just don't trust them offensively. That said, Mason Miller has pitched a lot. So he went 30-some pitches last night. So I think he got a 4 or 5 out save. So probably not going to be available tonight. He's pitched 2 of the last 3, 30-some last night. Their second guy might be available, may not. So there's some bullpen issues there. There is a path to the Reds, but man, I don't trust the bullpen. I don't trust them offensively. Got to go A's here. All right, Tigers at the Angels. Tigers are rolling. I don't know, man. Won 5 straight, 8-2. They didn't really get to Cueto like I thought they would. They took them a little bit to put some runs up, but when they did, they put them up in bunches. Bullpen game for the Tigers. Shocker. It's every single day. Griffin Canning on the hill for the Angels. Canning's been terrible. 5.23 away ERA. Last start looked really good, though. He faced Toronto at Toronto through a gym. However, the 4 games prior to that, he gave up 18 earned runs. And this Tigers team's hitting. So really hard for me to back the Angels and Canning in this spot. The Tigers are just really hot. Minus 142, okay value. I don't trust them, but I think I got to roll with them, man. They're making a push. All right, next game, Yankees at the Nationals. What a heartbreaker yesterday. Garrett Cole just, They were down 1-0, and I live bet them because it dropped to like minus 130. I'm like, yeah, it's beautiful value. No. Cole gave up some home runs. The Yankees were hitting the ball so hard. I mean, I don't know how many balls they had hit over 102, 103. It was a ton, but they were all just ground balls right at people. So it is what it is. I look for them to right the ship today. I'm a little nervous with the lefty, but my God, the Yankees have faced 7 left-handed starters over the last 10 days. So I thought, well, man, they're just not hitting against lefties. It's not really the case. They've scored 19 runs in 37 innings off left-handed starters. So not really that they're not getting to them. There's just been certain ones they've struggled with. I mean, Patrick Corbin Day was a complete and utter failure. He threw an absolute freaking gem. So it is what it is. I look on the bounce back today, score some runs. Rodon makes me a little nervous. He did face this team in August of last year, had a really good outing, but he's also given up 12 earned runs in his last 4 away starts, but his last just 4 starts in general, he's been trending in a good direction, only 7 earned runs. So I think the Yankees bounce back today. I'm a little nervous about it. I got them ranked pretty high, maybe higher than I should, but the pitch splits for Gore are just terrible. So I think they bounce back today. Fingers crossed anyway. For the love of God, man. Can't lose 2 in a row. All right, next game. Blue Jays, Red Sox. We were on the Red Sox yesterday. Like I said, I just couldn't see them losing freaking 5 in a row or 6 in a row, whatever it was. They got the job done. Bassett, Bayo, kind of screams runs. It's pretty crazy that the wind's blowing in and this line's still 9.5. I thought when I saw 9.5 originally, I'm like, oh, we're getting a steal here. Like, I'm going to hammer that. Then I saw the wind was blowing in. I like the Blue Jays today, man. I don't trust Bayo. Bayo, 6.96 ERA versus Toronto in 7 games. He's given up 25 earned runs against them. If we look at what he did at home against Toronto in June, wasn't good. 5 hits, 7 earned. Didn't make it out of the 3rd inning. So all that happened in 1 inning. I remember that game, actually. He had a pretty good 1st inning, and then he just got he got hit a little bit in the 2nd, not much, and then the 3rd he just got shit on. So if we look at Bassett, historically he is significantly better away than he is at home. He's gotten roughed up away lately, though. If we look over his last 4 games, he's given up 16 earned runs. Over his last 3 away games, he's given up 11. So he's kind of bucking the trend a little bit, which is kind of scary. But we really didn't see the Red Sox blister the ball like I thought they would last night. Yariel Rodriguez was a good opportunity, and they just didn't really capitalize. So I am going to go with Bassett here. So if we look at Bassett, 2.38 ERA versus Boston. He's only given up 4 earned runs in 2 games against them this year. So 4 earned runs in 13 innings. I can handle that. I think the Blue Jays should get to Bayo. You would think. Pitch splits don't look amazing. Pitch splits certainly look better for Boston than they do against Toronto. But again, it's a value play to me. I just think Bayo is a pretty bad pitcher. So I'm going to go with the Blue Jays here. I don't know if I'll actually bet this game, but I might. All right, Braves Twins. I'm shocked that we're getting minus 148 with Chris Sale. I tried to overthink this yesterday. I thought that line, the minus 110, just seemed mind-blowing to me after what Atlanta had done the day before. So got a little too cutesy, went with the Twins. I thought it was going to pay off. Yeah, I think we just play it for what it is. Festa's been pretty good, but not been like lights out amazing. He's given up 6 earned runs over his last 4 games, but he hasn't faced the hottest hitting teams in the land. Braves are kind of rolling right now. Do I still trust them offensively? No. I mean, I'll trust them this series. We look at Chris Sale. He's got a 2.5 ERA. His ERA is actually better away than it is at home. Festa, I forgot to do his ERA again. Sweet, crushed it. But anyway, Chris Sale, this is his first start against the Twins since 2017. So if we look at Sale, he's given up 8 earned runs in his last 5 games. It's kind of like a 1 to 2 earned runs. You can pretty much count on it. It's been 13 games since he's given up more than 2 earned runs. Could it happen today? Yeah, it probably could. But I like the Braves. Maybe look first 5, just put Sale against Festa, something like that, or even a first 7. Take the bullpen out of the equation. That said, Twins did use their closer last night, and he looked like crap. Gave up like 4 or 5 earned runs. All right, Padres at the Cardinals. Good Padres win last night. What pissed me off is I had Padres first 5 on one of my slips. 2-run lead, bottom of the 5th, and they give up 3 runs. So they ended up losing that one, but they ended up winning the full game. So that was quite annoying. All right, give me the Padres today. We're getting really good value at minus 130. It's kind of a weird one. It's a very fishy line. I thought this was going to be minus 150 or better. Musgrove has looked fantastic since he came back from injury. He's only given up 1 earned run in 3 starts since coming back. Struck out 9 in his last outing. So he went like 4 innings his first 2, then he went 7 in his last. So he looked really, really good. Palante, almost a 5-home ERA. It's just something doesn't line up here. And it could be because Musgrove is like a 6 away ERA, but man, recent trends, just kind of weird. If you look at Palante, 2 earned runs in 7.2 innings versus the Padres over the course of his career. All that came as a reliever. He's given up 14 earned runs in his last 4 home starts against the Dodgers, the Mets, the Rangers, and the Royals. I'm just like sitting here trying to figure out a way. Could you take the Cardinals? Yeah, I guess. Wind blowing in. That over 8 is very odd. It just tells me that, I don't know. You can't tell me that you can't, with these pitch splits, you don't expect the Padres to get to Palante, but the over-under is 8. I just feel like if the Cardinals had a chance, this would be at 9 or more. So I got to go Padres here. All right, Giants, Brewers. Wow. Brewers thought they were going to win last night, but they didn't, but that's okay. They kept it within 1, so it's all good. Peralta going up against Harrison. Harrison away, not very good, almost a 5 ERA. He's given up 12 earned runs in his last 4 away starts to the Nats, the Reds, the Rockies, and the Guardians. So really just 4 teams that historically just lately have not been hitting left-handers. So that kind of tells you a little something there. If we look at Peralta, he did face the Giants last year. Did not go well. He didn't even make it out of the 3rd inning. Gave up 8 hits, 4 earned, but 10 total runs. So, that's another thing about the Yankees. They have 4 errors yesterday. How the hell do I keep betting on teams that have 4 errors? The Red Sox did it to us the day before. That sucks. Anyway. Give me the Brewers, minus 166. There is value in taking the Giants at plus 140, but I don't really trust Kyle Harrison. That said, I don't trust Peralta a whole hell of a lot. But do I see them losing 3 in a row at home? No. So this is just purely a play on the numbers and banking on Brewers not losing. And if we look at their splits against lefties, they've been raking 306 over the last 14, 371 over the past week. Harrison giving up a 253 average to lefties, 259 to righties. Got to go with the numbers say. It says Brewers. All right, Rockies, Marlins. We just talked about how the Rockies blew a 4-run lead in the 9th. That was cool. I didn't have any play in that game, so I was just able to watch it and just laugh. Max Meyer, Kyle Freeland. Meyer is an earned run machine. 20 earned runs in his last 5 starts. He just basically, like, as soon as he throws his first pitch, they're down like 3-0. That's pretty much how it works. Freeland definitely been better at home than he has been away. That said, I think there's runs scored in this game. Winds blowing out. The 11. I don't want to take anything in this game, but I would definitely lean Rockies. They have a pitching advantage. They have the home field advantage. They had a bad beat last night. I think they bounced back, but I don't want to touch this game. I'm staying away from Coors games. All right, Mets, Diamondbacks. Mets absolutely dismantled Brandon Pfaadt last night. Probably should have been more runs, to be honest. Luis Severino going up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Hopefully Rodriguez is actually pitching today. I don't know. Thought he was going to pitch yesterday. We'll see. I like the over in this game again. I was on the over last night. It hit. That was great. Rodriguez, 5.4 home ERA. Severino, almost a 5 away ERA. Rodriguez, you can count on him for 2 to 3 runs, pretty much like clockwork. Mets are okay hitting against lefties. Pitch splits look horrendous for both of these guys. Feels like a D-backs day, man. I think they bounce back pretty good. If we look at Severino, he's only given up 1 earned run in his last 2 games. I don't think that's where he should be. The previous 2, he'd given up 8. So I think it's probably closer to the latter. He's pitched against the Diamondbacks in May and gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 Ks at New York. So he was at home. The only thing that concerns me about Rodriguez is giving up a 3.14 average to righties. It's kind of scary when you look at guys like J.D. Martinez, Alonso, folks like that. You're going to have Lindor batting from the right-hand side. So 100% there is a path to the Mets. I think I would just rather kind of lean towards the over, but I do feel strongly that the Diamondbacks score a ton of runs off Severino. So I guess first lean to the over, second D-backs. All right, last game on the card. We got the Orioles and the Dodgers. Dodgers are slight favorites, although I imagine this line's got to shift. If I had to guess, it's probably even by now. It's probably minus 110 each. So if we look at Corbin Burns, not been the best starts for him. He's given up 20 earned runs over his last 4 starts. Buehler has given up 6 earned runs, so he's given up 3 in each of his 2 starts since returning. He has just not looked good. He has been extremely hittable. That scares me a little bit. The only thing that gives me some confidence is Baltimore is struggling against righties. 209 over the last 14 days, 138 over the last 7. So we did see them get to Flaherty. Basically, they had, like 2 home runs? I think that was pretty much how they got all their runs. I don't see Corbin Burns shutting down this Dodgers offense, especially coming off a loss. But tough game. I would say the over at 8.5 is very, very much in play, especially with the wind blowing out. But I would lean Dodgers. Yeah, Corbin Burns has just not looked good against top 10 offensive. They've just gotten to him almost every single time. And then there is a 15th game I didn't cover. My bad. It is Texas and Chicago. No one cares about that. All right, here's your pitch sheets for today. I didn't have time to go through and do all my leans for the strikeouts. Sorry. This video has already taken a little bit longer than normal to get out here at 9:30. But this might help you look for some options here. And I did put a couple in our best bets here. Let's get into the bets today. Cubs and Pirates over 8. Just a play on the Cubs being hot. I don't think Skeens completely shuts them down. And even if they don't, there's a chance that the Pirates could cover this number on their own. They could get 8 off of Hendricks. Who knows? And then give me the Royals money line, half a unit again. We're just going to sprinkle half a unit on that money line, run that right back. Give me Houston, first 5 team total, over 2.5. It's really just banking on the fact that Tajon Walker's pitching, and he pretty much gives up 3 like clockwork. That said, probably throws like a no-hitter today, because that's how August has gone for us. And then give me the Athletics money line. Like I said, this line just doesn't make sense to me. Beto's pitching really well. You know what? Let me see something here. We might do a live. I want to see what the first 5 or first 7 is. Necessarily with Miller being out, I don't necessarily want to put my faith in that A's back half of that bullpen. Let's see. I'm guessing first 5 is heavily skewed, but it is not. Wow. Okay, we're changing this. Okay, this is really weird. We're doing Athletics first 5 at minus 110. We're getting better value. So clearly the books think that Beto is going to get absolutely smacked. They're minus 110 in the first 5. His earned run line is 2.5. Scary a little bit considering the Reds are minus 105. God, we got to talk through this. Let's think out loud on this one. I don't know. I might change this, man. Everything is screaming Reds. Every time I go against my gut on that, we're doing some live waffling. Damn, this is hard. No, I'm sticking with it, man. I'm sticking to my guns. This is what I see. This is what I go with. But if you want to go Reds there, I wouldn't knock you. All right, parlays. Half unit parlays. We're taking the Braves first 5. We're taking the Padres. We're taking the Yankees plus 346. We're taking Milwaukee, Arizona, and Detroit at plus 375. Our fun parlay, you can see plus 1,118. I think we would have hit the fun parlay yesterday. I'm not sure. But I think the Yankees screwed us on that one too. Damn. And then the upset parlay, we're going to go Blue Jays, Rays, Kansas City. I love this one. 100%. This is really good. Plus 1,188. Prop leans I like. Skeens over 6.5Ks. Sale over 6.5Ks. Bybee under 4.5Ks at plus money. Teoscar Hernandez over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Ellie De La Cruz over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. McRae over 0.5 total bases. He's been over this in his last 5 games, 80% over the last 10. So it's been hitting really well. We're getting good value there at minus 125. And then Jock Peterson, one of the hottest hitters in baseball over the past 2 weeks. Over 1.5 total bases against Severino. Just needs a double or 2 singles or a homer or a triple. You can figure out the math. But too much value there, plus money. All right, Nerfies I like 4 of them today. The Oakland Cincinnati's at plus 115. Again, just what the hell is going on with these lines? And then Kansas City, Cleveland, minus 130. Rays, Seattle, minus 150. Cubs, Pirates, minus 130. Other leans I looked at, Houston, Philly, over 9.5. I'm just not sure about Arrighetti, what kind of Arrighetti we're going to get. If we get the really bad Arrighetti, this hits with ease. Tampa Bay team total over 2.5. I do like that, but minus 140. Got to kind of find a dance partner for that. Could take the Rays money line at half a unit. It's not a bad option. Oakland, Cincinnati under 10, and then Oakland first 5. So this jumped. This was minus 120 when I looked earlier. What the hell is going on with this game? This is so weird. Although we saw this yesterday too. The line just kept going towards Cincinnati. And we saw how well that works. Same thing with Kansas City. Line kept creeping towards Kansas City. Didn't really pan out. Anyway, it's been 31 minutes. Like I said, appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. College football coming up. We will have some plays. I'm super stoked for that. We got NFL on the horizon. It's an exciting time. I'm a little excited. I love baseball, but I'm happy to kind of get away from it a little bit. It's been a pain in the ass in August. So I'm done. See you tomorrow.